Anyways, 19 gifted subs from Utriple, a Twitch Prime from Lannon, 6 from Maru, 100-bit cheer from Bacon, 1,000-bit cheer from Carl Fisher. You guys are far too kind. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's keep the content rolling. I don't want to get it caught up from that. You know what? You guys are showing insane support, destroying that level 5 hype train. I'm going to say thanks by getting into this last cast, and we're going to go into it whole hog. Otter Midas with 5 gifted subs. Oh, shit. All right. You guys are going to have a goddamn war. You know who else is having a war, guys? These two players right here, because it's time for the final game of this week's Slow Gas Diet I Cast Your Freaking Awesome Replays, where players were only allowed to mine with 1 worker on each gas. Down here in the bottom left-hand side, in the red, his name is Salindar. A very elvish-sounding name, isn't it? I'd love to hear the backstory on that. There is a gifted sub war going on in chat right as I speak. Oh my lord. Utriple with 20 gifted subs. He's really trying to assert dominance as the alpha here. I think it's everyone else gifting subs in chat combined up against Utriple. I think that's what it is. Up here in the top right-hand side, in the blue, it is Thermosprite. My man. Utriple's still winning, by the way, guys. Despite that. He's got 2 of you, 1 on each arm, and he's knocking your heads together, knocking you unconscious and shit. He's like, get fucked. Of course, guys, if you want to get your replays in for next week, ! Icyfar, if we could activate that in the chat. The challenge is yeah, nah. And we want you to block your opponent's buildings at every turn. So lots of different creative ways you can do that. As I've said in the previous casts, I want you guys to be the red tape around your opponent's hopes and dreams. What the? No. This is so dirty. I mean, I think Salindar should be fine, though. So dirty. He was going double gas. He wanted to do the 1 gas. So Salindar's actually playing the challenge. He should be able to get in here. I mean, you can get a cannon down, but you can't build a building in front of it, right? Ah, that probe's done. Thermosprite, more like Deader Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you guys know. Yeah. There is probe production behind this, which is actually a big problem for Salindar if this cannon rush gets up and the Nexus gets denied.
Being deconstructed by the enemy.
Oh, it's the winter voice pack. I've never heard it. I've never heard that. I don't actually have the winter or the I don't have all the voice packs. I should get them. I've never. I was so shocked just then. I was like, who's talking? I was like, what? That's cool. So if you go to someone's camera, by the way, when you're watching a replay, you can actually get the voice pack, for those who don't know. So anyway, that's nicely failed. Salindar had no idea this was here. So cannons could have gone up. Is now going to pull a few drones to make sure it's denied. But behind this, there's a cybercore, there is probing, there's a gas on the way. So I would say there's a real good chance of the follow-up not being absolute dog shit from Thermosprite. Now, Thermosprite's still got some money. And is just going to fucking stand... Oh, my God. Oh, no! Oh. Wait, I just realized, guys. People would say, oh, it's the AI on the probe bugging out because it's a robot. What if probes are like drones? Now, I don't mean drones as in the workers in StarCraft. I mean, like, you know how actual drones, like modern military weapons, flying things, like, you know, there's someone who pilots the drone. They do the drone strike, right? They even, you know, they often guide the missile down as well. So, is it the same with probe? Where you've just got like you got a bunch of rooms in here of just, it's like a NASA control center and they're microing the probes. And then like whenever a probe just chills, is it because the guys got up to get coffee? Like when that probe came in, he was like, oh, I think I can take a quick wee and get back before I've got to micro the probe. But then he like he thought he was going to wee, but then his coffee had just hit him. So he starts doing an explosive shit and he's like, oh, fuck. And then he tries to connect to the Wi-Fi to micro it on his phone from the shitter, but he doesn't get on in time. The probe dies. That's my theory on how the lore works. I know there's always a few people who, for a lack of a better word, are try-hard virgins who've read every StarCraft novel, and they go, that's not how the lore works, pig. It's controlled through... It's got a crystal in its brain that makes the gem... You guys know whenever... Like, there's a lot of cool sci-fi and fantasy things, but if you go too deep into the lore, it gets really fucking lame. You guys know what I'm talking about? I imagine it's probably the same with StarCraft, where, like, you know, I don't know if there's anything that's ever been as bad as midichlorians for just being literally the worst thing in the fucking world, where George Lucas, like, just made an entire generation of people hate him in one moment. We're like, what the fuck did you just say? He's like, yeah, it's midichlorians. And you're like, oh, cool. Cool. Just explain. They just got some little microbacteria that make them see the future. Like, you fucking, I'm still, sorry guys, I'm still fuming about that. I had a real moment of happiness in the community episode where there's like the flashback to Abed waiting outside cinemas when people are going to see, whatever the shitty Revenge of the Sith, whatever the fucking movie was called, the third of the new shit ones, the shit fucking prequels, and he's like hanging out the theater, Abed and community, telling people not to watch it just to warn them how fucking bad it is. And I'm like, if someone actually did that, I would like be best friends with that person instantly. I'd be like, you're my favorite human. Please tell people not to fucking do that. Someone in chat saying there's 3 probes on each gas. Yeah, this player's not playing the challenge. Remember, these are ladder games. It's not like people, you know, if it was, every now and then we do get people who are playing a custom and playing the challenge. Those often don't get in because the players both play fucking weird and give each other a free pass. So the fun thing with the Icyfar challenge is you're trying to play against people who are playing normal StarCraft, and you're trying to make this weird version of StarCraft work. Speaking of which, Slayyy, I mean, you'd think you'd have a bigger economy than your opponent, but I guess the cannon rush did slow us down. How is our droning so bad, Slayyy? What the fuck, dude? What's going on here? I think he's so weirded out by having to do the gases that the mineral count's like actually quite low. I think it'll explode really hard though, especially if he gets a 4th up. I mean, it is weird having to take so many gas geysers so early. That does chew up a lot of workers. That's the downside of Zerg with this challenge, is like, that's a dead drone, that's a dead drone, that's a dead drone, that's a dead drone. It does actually handicap Zerg a bit. On the plus side, Zerg can beat most things up to 10 minutes with just Zerglings and Queens, which don't even cost gas, right? So, Void Rays. It's a Stargate. Who would have expected a cannon rush player to wall off fully with cannons and just go flying units? I think this is a whole new, just strategic identity I've never seen before, guys. Like, this is really unique. Oh, builds a Nexus, but the Zerglings are already spotting for it. Slayyy finds it, gets the cancel. Get wrecked, mother trucker. Nuh-uh. Slayyy's building random spine crawlers. I often talk about how I get excited by things. They give me a certain justice something. This gives me a painful, why the fuck do we have random spine crawlers here? I don't know. You guys know me in static defense. It's a hate-hate relationship. Until I get to 90 workers in a game, and then it's a love-love relationship where I probably overdo it. But, you know what? The creep spread's good. I worry for Slayyy because it has no idea about the Sky Toss, right? I saw 1 Stargate. But that's going to be a lot of Void Rays. And we do see a Fleet Beacon on the way, which of course, that's going to open up the Fuck Veins upgrade, which does allow the Void Rays to go from just regular Chads that get laid a decent amount to, you know, the absolute sex-addicted fuck lords that they can become. Like, they all basically turn into David Duchovny once you get Fuck Veins, you know? So I'm hoping that upgrade comes down immediately. Big thanks, Utriple, once again, by the way. We had that. Oh, it looks like he just dominated. Yeah, that last 20 gifted subs, he just was like unzipped and said, I am bigger than all you boys. And everyone else just kind of went, okay, we accept your dominance, Utriple. That's cool. Pig, did you just compare people giving you money on the internet to having a gigantic hog? Yes. It's my psychological attempt to manipulate you all into like, I have a big hog. I can give you money too. It's like my attempt to manipulate you guys, you know? Make fun of some streamers for their low efforts. But what can I say, guys? You know? I just crossed a line. Oh shit, Maru gives 20 subs, as I say. He's got a huge hog. It's bigger than the EMP radius. Oh my god. It's so funny because like the timing, he must have already been clicking confirm before I started saying that, and now he's like, oh fuck. He's like, I don't want to play into that. Thank you so much, Maru. The 3rd base goes down. They've got the fuck veins, guys. They take out the 3rd, they run over, they're like, nah, let's not fight the Queens. The Queens are like, oi, get back here, stop killing me babies. Me babies! Oh, the Void Rays? No, these fuck veins Void Rays. The problem is, if you do go full sex addict David Duchovny, you do get a bit overly horny. And you can see these Void Rays just kind of flying around aimlessly. They're like, you know, let's kill a spore, but they're not really doing anything anymore. Yeah, and a lot of them go down. Only 5 Fuckfiends Void Rays left there. Has got a single Phoenix on patrol, a Prism. I mean, the problem is you're locked on 2 base, right? So you kill a 3rd, that's cool. There's a 4th and a 5th. So if Slayyy can just stabilize and drone up these bases, it's going to be in a good spot. And you know what? Going double upgrade melee carapace, great way to play a low gas challenge. I mean, until you get to really high like carrier counts, Queens can defend all air units, right? Queens and Spores. And Lings are amazing at base trading. There's no Oracles. Void Rays can't really deal with Lings. These Lings, and especially when you add Speed Banes to break down walls, can break in and just go after the probes. One of my favorite ways to play against Skytoss is just running Ling Bane Ultra in. You just ignore the Skytoss. You're like, no, like, you need to stay at home to defend your workers, but, like, you'll run in here with Ling Bane. They move to defend. 20 Banes run in here, blow up the pylon, and go in and kill the workers in both bases. You just keep doing that off a big enough economy. And then eventually you just build, like, 50 Spore Crawlers, and you can add Vipers or Infestors or what have you. We could even see a Qween all in, actually, because there's nothing on the... There's no carriers, still going pure Void Ray. And is going for the Robo Bay, but that usually is Colossus. Colossus suck against Queens, because Queens can use their anti-air attack against them, which is very effective. Now, these Fuckfiends Void Rays do come down, and they want to distract the Queens so the other ones can come in. They forgot to prismatically align. Oh, Thermosprite. Prismatic aligns, and it handicaps the retreat. Oh, Thermosprite. You know you can cancel prismatic alignment, right, guys? I know some people think it's unhealthy, and it'll make you, you'll lose your virility and your fertility, and you won't be able to have babies if you cut off midstream. Trust me, guys. If you really, really need to, you can cut off mid-P stream. In StarCraft especially, it actually won't even affect your ability to have children, believe it or not. Unfortunately, Thermosprite did not know. I also like overcharging those Void Rays to do bonus damage to the light Zerglings. For those who don't know, there is a lot of people who get triggered by people using prismatic alignment. They say, oh, it's so fucking dumb. You know it doesn't even do bonus damage. And I go, look, if I piss on my opponent, right? Let's say I've got a real life rival, not viral. A viral rival. If I'm going to pee on them to embarrass them, and I could either maximize the spray to splatter, or I could do one tight concentrated beam of piss spray. Which one am I going to do? Is it overall the exact same amount of liquid urine content that I'm putting on my opponent to embarrass them and make them sad? Yes. But if I spray it over a wider area, it looks cooler, it looks more embarrassing, and it's more fun to do. Likewise, prismatic alignment versus non-armored units like Queens, Zerglings, that sort of stuff. Is it more effective? No. Does it feel good? Fuck yeah. So that's why I'm totally behind players like Thermosprite, who are just looking to maximize the, the width on their piss stream. That's essentially what Void Rays are, a unit that pees on their enemy. There's a single carrier rallying across. I'm not so sure if that's a wise decision, buddy. Thermosprite's economy still sucks balls, thankfully. It's only just about to get that 3rd up and still needs to... Wait. Are you not even going to open your wall up? Are you going to recall probes out of your main and natural? Or even better, not transfer probes at all? Like a friggin' grunk. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if the Queens intercepted this carrier? It's like, I'm just going to fly over creep, guys. Nothing to see here. It's going to fly over spores. The Void Rays are going to come and try and rescue it. That carrier is going to get into the goddamn yellow from Spore Crawlers. Thermosprite's Skytoss usage is truly a thing of beauty to behold. This is some drunk level Skytoss harassment. I love it. Seems like a good angle to fight, right? Oh my god, these Queens are having a party. Don't go there! Thermosprite, no! Slayyy laying down some sweet Zerg justice on these shitty Skytoss units. They're gonna fly through the spores again. You know there's like so much dead space, you can just hide there. No! Well, Color Me just is so surprised, guys. Can you believe someone who tried to do a shitty cannon rush, walled off into Skytoss, doesn't know how to transfer probes to the 3rd, and Micro is like a fucking drunk maniac? What? This is just so surprising, honestly. I thought I'd see a lot more depth of Micro, more reactive follow-up play, and I mean, honestly, this backer on the 3rd is great. There's more cannons and shield batteries than there is probes. Now, thankfully, Slayyy's going to answer with what we call a really shitty Zergling attack. The Colossus and the cannons going to be more than enough for that. So Linda's got a lot of money. The problem is, remember, guys, it's low gas. I mean, you can technically get up to Hive, and Vipers would destroy this army. The problem is, the longer you go, mining with only one worker on each gas geyser, and isn't even mining on these gas geysers down here. Missing a lot of gas mining right now. The slow gas diet doesn't play that well into the later stages. Like, really, I think there needs to be a lot of urgency around busting the wall-ins, and especially whenever these Skytoss units fly out on the map, you know, maybe get drops or a Nidus or run-bys. Because if they max out on carriers and you're fighting that with Queens, you got good upgrades, but it will get awkward. It's going to get hard to finish the game, and if your opponent knows how to, like, make Storm and stuff, things are going to get weird. Thankfully, with the creep spreading forwards, we are getting the beginnings of what we call a creep dick. So a creep dick is when you have a protuberation sticking out of the rest of your creep spread in between your opponent's bases. So if you can get it far enough forward and build a big pack of spores, you can kind of branch off and attack multiple areas. And the Skytoss, if it wants to defend this base, it's here. But if it wants to get back to defend the natural, it has to kind of go all the way around the creep dick. Because if you don't, you end up in Dick Town. So Slayyy, I would really like to see a whole lot of spores just moved forward across the map to join the Queens and just create this area where the opponent can't fight into. I think that could be really good. Almost maxed out on Queenling Bane right now is Slayyy. Another way to do it would be pick a fight with the Queens, engage the air units, and then attack elsewhere with Lingbane while they're distracted. We could see some machine gun transfuses, some really sick plays. So we'll see how that one goes out. Double Skytoss upgrades on these Cybercores. Big problem. Still hasn't transferred or recalled workers. Actually, I think recalled some of the workers out of the main. I think recalled 8 of those while not actually realizing there was a ton more workers that could have been transferred. Oh, the Lingbane's in front of the army. I'm not sure I agree with that. These Banes... Still no Bane speed? Oh, you're kidding me. Cylinders forgotten Baneling speed. You're going Lingbane. You forgot the upgrade. Oh, shit. Okay. It's all about the Queens, guys. Can they do it? The Lingbane's going to crash through on its own. The probes get pulled into it. No wucking fay. They all blow up one at a time on the Colossus. Big brain Banelings there. Transfuse. Oh, I think there's just too much Protoss here. I think Slayyy taking a fight off creep with this many Queens, you're going to kill a few Interceptors, but that's about it. Even though the Transfuse micro is good, it's like, what are you actually killing right now? Interceptors. One Void Ray falls. Now that the Interceptors are gone, another Void Ray falls. If they can kill a few more Void Rays... Oh my god, the Colossus went down. 2 more Void Rays fell. Another Void Ray fell. Another Void Ray is about to fall on the right-hand side. Another one on the left. The Transfuse energy is almost out, but the carriers have no Interceptors left. The Queens have actually broken it. The 2-2 Queens making it happen. Get fucked, Skytoss play. Everyone feels sweet justice when Queens attack off creep and beat Skytoss, right? I mean, that's amazing. That's hilarious and amazing is what that is. The Queens, these ones are even going to leave. There's like 2 Interceptors like, oi, fuck yous. Stop it, you dickhead. Get back here. Oi. The single Phoenix is like, fight me, fight me. The Queen's like, okay. Sure. We still don't have Bane speed. Slayyy, what are we doing right now? Why are we making Massling Bane with no Bane speed? You're hurting me. You're hurting me real deep, Slayyy. Oh, man. Wait a second. I just realized Solynda's name kind of sounds like cylinder. Is that what it's meant to be? Is it meant to be like an elven sounding name that also sounds kind of like a cylinder? I don't know. All right, so the Queens are going to win this game, right? Thermosprite lost the 4th to the Lingbane up there, actually, funnily enough. Still, it's transitioning some workers to replace the ones that die. Finally opened up the walls. Still 14 out of 8 here. Thermosprite's macro is truly a thing of beauty. Trying to build more cannons and more batteries. I don't know if clumping up cannons and batteries against someone going mass Baneling is a wise idea, guys. All you're doing is creating these beautiful, dense locations for Banelings to blow up and get maximum mineral damage. I feel like a big gateway wall would be a good idea. Gateway wall off, try to get this 4th up, that sort of stuff. But obviously Archon, Storm, you know, feedback on Queens even. Any of that stuff would be amazing, especially Zealots with charge once the Lingbane is gone. Then you bring the Zealots in on the Queens. But with only Skytoss to go, I mean, what do? Disruptors. You've got a Robo-Bay. Disruptors would be amazing against this. You could get out 4 or 5 Disruptors. Great versus the Banelings, great versus the Queens, but I think this might just be too much Zerg firepower. The Queens. Queens going down. Two Queens fall. 3 Queens fall. A 4th Queen getting transfused. The Banelings are all stuck behind the Queens, but look at that. I mean, the shield battery's doing work. It's mass transfuse versus mass shield battery. Slayyy does micro the Queens forward. How often do you see a fight like this? These Banelings. If only they blew up all the shield batteries, this would have been such an easier fight for Slayyy. As it is, though, the Void Rays are gone, the Interceptor count's gone. There's a few cannons, which, as you can see, Queens take about 16 years to kill cannons. The carrier's taking damage. That carrier's going to fall above the Nexus. There's a carrier there that falls. A Void Ray falls. One carrier standing strong with 0 interceptors. The cannon's falling. The Banelings find the mineral line. Welcome to Banetown, mother trucker. Lol, wow, says Thermos. Oh, please balance wine. Please balance wine now. How did you beat this? Please just lay a compliment down. Be a self-aware cannon rushing into Skydust player. It's like, go fuck your mother. Something. She's a queen or something. No, he's laying down the compliments. Okay, he went down that branch. He had a choice there. Decision making in this point of the game is very important in StarCraft. I do think Thermosprite went with the right choice. Mass Qween is pretty good. Some could say that's kind of a snide comment. I don't think so. I think he was honestly surprised. He's like, I didn't expect that to fucking beat me. Hey, GG, well played, Slayyy. Mass Qween takes it out with the beautiful slow gas diet. All you need is Mass Queens covering the map in creep, thrusting their way forwards into the soft underbelly of the Skytoss player, and just, you know, getting some justice for everyone who's died to cannon rush into fucking Skytoss. GG, well played, Slayyy. Thank you for that replay. Guys, don't forget your replays in for next week. The challenge is, of course, nah, mate. It's not nah, mate. It's yeah, nah. Get your own challenge right. It's the yeah, nah challenge. It's where your opponent's going to expand, and you go, yeah, nah, and then you fucking block it, you know? Block their buildings, block their swap-ons, barracks landing on bases, random DTs on hold position under command centers that are trying to land. Do a lot of fun shit. Block their buildings, do it in whatever creative way it matches. Send your replays in next week. Of course, it is going to be powered by AMD next week, which means I'll have to barely contain... I'll probably still swear a bit. We'll just try to contain it a tiny bit. It'll be slightly less pedo jokes. Will probably be how we kind of, you know, match it out and stuff. So we'll lower the pedo joke density, keep it going. Thank you everyone who's been supporting us on Patreon. There's been a bunch of people who've recently either gone up a tier in subscription with the amount they do support each month. Other people who are signing up for the first time, even with just $1, $2, $5, $20. There's a lot of people out there who I do want to say a big thanks to all of you. You know who you are. Thanks for enjoying the videos, and we will see you in the next one. Get your replays in. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye and good night.